Alright you lot, Chapel John here, and today we are looking at Transformers Beast Wars Reissue Wolfang. Here he is in his beast mode. As you can see, it looks alright. Now, I don't normally mention packaging on figures, I sometimes do, but the reason I mention it here is because his instructions are on the back of the box, right here. So, yeah. His accessories are contained within the Wolf mode itself, so I will mention them as the review goes along. Here he is. He looks alright, you know. His main colours are like grey and a bit of white. Now granted, you do see a bit of the blue, robot blue peeking out. He's got green eyes, a black nose, and really that's about it. There's really not a lot to talk about here. Articulation is useless to talk about. Nothing at the head, nothing at the arms. And legs, the rear legs at best is just kind of a back and forth, in and out. It's really nothing to talk about. It's kind of useless. So yeah, he does sod all in this mode, like most of them. So, transformation. Okay, you might as well get to transformation. Now, you can leave it all on, but I would recommend removing the tail if you're going to leave this on. I would recommend that. So yeah, remove the tail. That would become a gun, which I will preemptively fold this piece out. Okay, now I can take these sections, fold them in, and the legs are designed such a way as to when you fold them in like that, they're not going to get in the way, which is, I don't know if that's intentionally what it was for, but it's interesting nonetheless. Come to the side and just kind of flip these up. Okay, now here, straighten the wolf leg out. Then come round to the inside here, flip out the blue parts, which will combine with the wolf leg to form the robot leg. Fold the feet forwards, then fold the heels back. Yeah, do the exact same thing with the other. It's worth mentioning that it's supposed to kind of tab. This one does tab, this one is just a kind of a, it's like kind of a nudge, kind of a soft click. Best. So yeah, it really depends on what, but anyway, the point is they combine to form the legs, so that's that. Now we can just slide the torso up to place. Take these side bits here, fold them down. Yeah, these will become the hip skirts. Take the wolf head, split that in half, and with the halves, what you do is turn them in a specific way. Here, the way I found is that for me, I've got to turn them backwards, like this, and bring them up, like that. For me to do the opposite, I've got to turn it this way. So, that's worth mentioning. Then take the arms and just kind of bring them out, fold them down at the elbow, and just kind of turn the wolf leg such that it's pointing down. Then take the wolf head half and just put that down. The wolf head halves become the shoulder pads, which is interesting. Do the exact same thing with the other. Now the instructions do mention that the elbows are the very first things you want to put down, but if that's not a very wise, you don't have enough clearance, first of all. But another might be the black plastic, which on mine, it's not an issue. The elbows don't pop off. I got a really good copy. So, yeah. Anyway, now, this is really it if you want to keep the shield on and the mask. He does look pretty nice. You know, you've got the pink here, or purple. I can't tell what colour this is. It looks pink, but it's also purplish at the same time. So, I guess magenta is the colour? I don't know. Now, it can flip up to reveal the robot head, which has got a big chin, meant to accommodate the mask, with green eyes, like the wolf. So, yeah. That's really it. And for these jutting out like that, we must come around to the back, remove this, which becomes the shield, and then I would let these drop out. They don't really click in, nothing. They don't really hold firmly at all. So, yeah, might as well just let them drop out. Now I can take this section, flip it round, flip out the handle, and this is the shield. One worthy thing to mention is when you go to fold it back into the way it was, you don't want to turn it backwards. You want to keep it turning one direction. Otherwise you're going to pop it off. At least on mine you will, so yeah. That's that. There's the shield and the gun. Loads of Beast Wars figures have a specific shaped missile. But now for this one, I'd advise putting the gun in his hand first before putting the missile in. Otherwise you might accidentally fire it off. Sometimes getting this in his hand can be a bit of a pain. Other times it can be just as easy as that. So, yeah. It's like, it don't really hold the missile that well. Yeah. On mine, that's a bit of an issue. But the gun does look reasonably decent. And as for the firepower of the weapon, that depends how hard you hit the button. It does... Nah. Okay. It does... Okay. Not much to be proud about, but not much to be sad about either. So, yeah. I just fold that peg away. Because I'm going to be talking about articulation now. Okay. The head does turn, but I don't think it turns 360. Or if it does, the chin gets in the way of quite a lot of that. So, but it does turn reasonably well. And the mask can come down. Shoulders does turn. They do turn. If it weren't for the wolf head halves, they turn 360. But going forwards is okay. Backwards is a little bit limited, but you can move this out of the way to get more range out of that. Going outwards is a bit limited. Again, you can move the wolf head halves out the way for that. Biceps is limited though they do turn reasonably well if you don't want to turn them 360. Elbows past 90 degrees for transformation. Waist, nothing. Well, hands, nothing. Hips go forwards, a little bit limited, but they go forwards okay. Backwards, they go okay, pretty well. Outwards, they go pretty decently. Though, there's a bit of rotation here, which you can get if you move the leg forwards. More of, so you can pose him. But it shouldn't be mistaken as a thigh swivel or anything like that. The knee bends past 90 degrees, the blue part bends because of the transformation, and this just follows with it. And the heel spur does move forwards should you need it, but otherwise nothing at the feet. So, yeah. That's that. The shield. Okay, got standing. Go. Yeah. Like I said, with this piece, you're going to want to turn it one way only. If you fold it this way, do it that way again. Don't go backwards with it. That will make you pop it off. That's the consistent thing I've noticed with mine. Again, that might be my copy, or I don't know. But anyway, now that I've said all that, I'm going to transform him back, which I do want to put the missiles. This part is kind of clever, storing the missiles in the back like that. That part kind of is clever, admittedly. And then the back coming to, like, now I view it as it holds the missiles better. Though you could have just left it on to begin with, and that's not an issue. Okay. To transform him back, we're going to take the wolf head halves, bring them up. Sorry, I bumped the damn camera, sorry about that. Can't. Anyway, take the elbow, bend it, and just kind of bring it out. Take the wolf legs, kind of angle them forward. I'll take the waist, slide it down. Then take the arms, kind of bring them in. You bring them in at two types of joints. You bring them at this joint, and you're making sure that the bicep is moving as well. It's kind of, at least that's how I view it. Anyway, but this is useful to be like this. Okay. Now take the wolf halves. You want to rotate them this way. Like how you turn them backwards, now you're going to turn them this way again. Go. This prevents the wolf heads from getting in the way with the arms, stuff like that. There is a specific way. Combine it together, like that. Go. Then then if the shoulders are in all the way, you can take these, fold them up. Now, you might want to make sure that these are folded out just because of clearance sake. Then take these sections, peg them in here to complete the wolf arm, to complete the front wolf legs. There we go. Fold the heel spur forwards, fold the feet backwards. I'm going to bring the legs forwards. Then take the blue section, fold that to the back. Take the wolf knee that is here, bend that forwards and into position. Now, getting the wolf legs into a certain position is a little bit tricky, though it's not that bad. Close these up, and now take the wolf tail here. You want this button section, or if you can't see that, the screw, point the screws so that it's facing the right side of the body, right side of the wolf, and face the button piece up. That's how you want that. Peg it into place, and there you go. That is Transformers Beast Wars Reissue Wolfang in his beast mode. What did I think of this figure? He's a nice figure. Any faults with him? Well, the major one I can think of is that if you turn this the wrong way when going back to the wolf mode, wolf back mode, you'll risk popping that off. There's no hinge to that. It's just kind of a friction thing, and it can pop off. Another problem can be that if you don't know that the wolf head's got a specific way transforming, then it's going to be cumbersome for you. But another can be the black plastic, which on mine is not an issue. The elbows don't pop off, nothing like that, which means I've got a pretty good copy. So, yeah, your mileage may vary. A bit of a perfectionist when it comes to posing, but anyway, I'm going to leave it alone. I've done enough. Anyway, hope you liked this video and have a great time, and as always, see you later.